Before you spend another old wheat penny, stop for just a moment. Because one tiny copper coin hiding in a forgotten jar, an old wallet, or a family collection could be the discovery collectors dream about. Most people never look twice at these pennies, and that's exactly why incredible treasures continue slipping through people's hands every single day. In today's countdown, we're revealing 10 ultra-rare wheat pennies that have captured the attention of collectors across America. Some have fascinating minting errors, some have survived for more than a century, and some have become legendary because of their rarity and collector demand. But here's the exciting part. The very first coin on today's list has a feature that many people overlook completely. Stay with me until the end, because every coin on this countdown becomes more surprising than the last, and you definitely don't want to miss the number one hidden treasure. If you love rare coins and hidden discoveries, subscribe to Hidden Coin Millions, because this channel brings you freshly updated rare coin videos every single day. Now let's uncover today's first incredible wheat penny. Coin number 1. Our countdown begins with a coin that many people have unknowingly carried in their pockets without realizing its incredible collector appeal. The 1918 wheat penny with no mint mark. At first glance, it may seem like an ordinary old cent that has spent decades changing hands, but experienced collectors know that appearances can be deceiving. This remarkable wheat penny has survived more than a century of American history, making every surviving example a fascinating piece of the nation's past. The 1918 wheat penny was struck during one of the most significant periods in American history. Produced while the United States was nearing the end of World War I, this coin represents an era when millions of wheat pennies circulated through businesses, farms, banks, and households across the country. Composed primarily of copper with a small amount of tin and zinc, these classic Lincoln wheat cents were designed to withstand everyday circulation while honoring President Abraham Lincoln. Every scratch, every mark, and every layer of color tells part of the journey this historic coin has traveled over the last 100 years. What makes this particular example especially exciting is the combination of features you've described. The absence of a mint mark identifies it as a Philadelphia issue, while the attractive dark brown layer gives the coin a rich vintage appearance that many collectors appreciate. Even more intriguing is the beautiful reverse side, where the classic wheat ears continue to display strong character despite years of circulation. The reported mint error adds another layer of excitement because collectors are constantly searching for unusual characteristics that separate one coin from millions of ordinary examples. Although this coin is in circulated condition, that does not automatically reduce collector interest. In the world of numismatics, rarity, originality, historical importance, and distinctive features often attract significant attention. Many experienced collectors intentionally seek circulated examples because they represent genuine history that has passed through countless hands over generations. When a circulated wheat penny also displays an interesting error and appealing natural color, it can become an unforgettable addition to a serious collection. Another reason collectors continue watching the 1918 wheat penny is its lasting popularity within the Lincoln Cent series. As more coins disappear into permanent collections every year, finding attractive original examples becomes increasingly difficult. Collectors often spend years searching for coins with eye-catching surfaces, authentic aging, and unique characteristics similar to this one. That continuing demand helps keep attention focused on historic wheat pennies from the early 20th century. According to the value you provided, this circulated 1918 no mint mark wheat penny with the described error has a claimed current market value of approximately $355, Treat this figure as an estimated collector value rather than a guaranteed selling price, since actual sale prices depend on authentication, the exact error, eye appeal, and market demand at the time of sale. If you ever discover an old wheat penny with unusual details, avoid cleaning or polishing it. Even gentle cleaning can permanently affect its collectible appeal. Store it safely, handle it only by the edges, and consider having it authenticated by a reputable coin grading service before making any decisions. Sometimes the smallest details are exactly what experienced collectors are hoping to find. And remember, this is only the beginning of today's countdown. If you thought this century-old wheat penny was impressive, wait until you see the remaining coins still ahead. Some of them feature even more surprising characteristics that have made them favorites among collectors across the United States. For more hidden coin discoveries, collector stories, and freshly updated rare coin content every day, keep watching Hidden Coin Millions, because your next forgotten coin could become the most exciting discovery in your entire collection. Coin number 2. We arrive at another wheat penny that has captured the attention of collectors who never stop searching for hidden treasures. The 1957 wheat penny with no mint mark. At first glance, it may seem like an ordinary penny that has spent decades in circulation. But don't let its familiar appearance fool you. Sometimes the coins people overlook the most are the ones that create the biggest excitement among dedicated collectors. The 1957 wheat penny was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, which means examples from this facility carry no mint mark. It belongs to the final years of the famous Lincoln Wheat Cent series, a design that had become one of America's most recognizable coins. Struck from a bronze alloy made primarily of copper, with small amounts of tin and zinc, these pennies traveled through countless stores, banks, and family collections before many quietly disappeared from circulation. Every surviving example is a reminder of a different era in American history. This particular coin becomes even more fascinating because of the unique combination of characteristics you've described. The rich brown natural layer across the surfaces gives it the classic appearance collectors enjoy seeing on original wheat pennies. On the reverse, the noticeable green spot immediately attracts attention, encouraging collectors to inspect the coin more closely. Along with the scattered brown dots and the reported mint error, these features make this example stand out from countless ordinary 1957 cents. For many collectors, unusual details are exactly what transform a common-looking coin into an unforgettable discovery. Its fine condition adds another layer of appeal. Although it has clearly circulated over the years, many important design details remain visible, allowing the famous wheat ears and Lincoln portrait to continue telling the story of more than half a century of American commerce. Collectors appreciate coins that display honest circulation while still preserving attractive original character, especially when accompanied by unusual features and reported errors. Interest in wheat pennies continues to remain strong because they represent one of the most beloved coin series in United States history. Every year, more examples become permanently stored in private collections, making eye-catching original coins increasingly difficult to locate. When collectors discover a 1957 wheat penny with distinctive characteristics like this one, it naturally generates curiosity and conversation throughout the collecting community. According to the value you provided, this 1957 no-mint mark wheat penny in fine condition with the described error has a claimed current market value of approximately $168. This should be treated as an estimated collector value rather than a guaranteed selling price, because actual values depend on professional authentication, the exact nature of the error, eye appeal, condition, and collector demand at the time of sale. If you ever come across a 1957 wheat penny with unusual colors, striking features, or what appears to be a mint error, resist the temptation to clean it. Original surfaces are highly valued by collectors, and even careful cleaning can reduce collectible appeal. Protect the coin, handle it only by the edges, and consider professional authentication before making any decisions. And don't go anywhere, because our countdown is only getting more exciting. The next wheat penny waiting on this list has even more surprising characteristics that continue to fascinate collectors across the United States. If you enjoy discovering hidden coin treasures, make sure you're subscribed to Hidden Coin Millions, where we bring you freshly updated rare coin videos every single day. Coin number 3. And this is where today's countdown begins to reach another level of excitement. The 1945 wheat penny with no mint mark has become one of those fascinating Lincoln cents that always encourages collectors to take a second, much closer look. At first, it appears to be a simple old penny from the mid-1940s, but experienced collectors know that some of the most memorable discoveries begin with coins that seem completely ordinary. The 1945 wheat penny was struck during the closing months of World War II, making it a remarkable piece of American history. Every one of these coins circulated during a period when the nation was celebrating victory and preparing for a new era. Produced at the Philadelphia Mint, this example carries no mint mark, a feature that identifies its place of origin. Like other wheat pennies of the era, it was struck from a bronze alloy composed primarily of copper with small amounts of tin and zinc. Over the decades, these pennies traveled through countless hands, witnessing generations of everyday American life before many quietly disappeared into private collections. What makes this particular example especially appealing is the attractive combination of features you've described. The naturally aged brown dots scattered across the surfaces create a distinctive appearance that gives the coin extra character, while its overall beautiful look immediately catches the eye. Instead of appearing overly polished or altered, the coin displays the kind of authentic aging that many collectors appreciate because it reflects decades of genuine history. Every small detail adds personality, making this wheat penny stand apart from countless ordinary examples that have lost their original charm. Its very fine condition makes the coin even more desirable. Strong details remain visible throughout Lincoln's portrait, while the famous wheat ears on the reverse continue to display impressive definition. Coins preserved at this level often attract attention because they balance historical authenticity with attractive visual appeal. Many experienced collectors search patiently for examples that retain crisp design elements while still showing the honest signs of age that tell a real story. The 1945 wheat penny continues to enjoy steady interest among collectors because it belongs to one of America's most beloved coin series. As original examples become increasingly difficult to locate, coins with attractive natural surfaces and eye-catching appearance continue to generate excitement. Whether discovered in an inherited collection, an old coin album, or a forgotten jar of pennies, finding a wheat penny like this can become an unforgettable moment for anyone passionate about rare coins. According to the value you provided, this 1945 no mint mark wheat penny in very fine condition has a claimed current market value of approximately $258. 500th. This figure should be viewed as an estimated collector value rather than a guaranteed selling price, since actual prices depend on professional authentication, eye appeal, condition, and collector demand at the time of sale. If you discover a wheat penny that appears similar, never rush to clean or polish it. Collectors generally value original surfaces far more than artificially bright ones. Preserve the coin carefully, hold it only by the edges, and consider having it examined by a respected grading service to determine its authenticity and collectible significance. And don't think you've seen the most exciting coin yet. The remaining wheat pennies in today's countdown continue to become even more fascinating, with remarkable histories and collector interest that could surprise even long-time coin enthusiasts. Stay with Hidden Coin Millions, where we bring you freshly updated rare coin discoveries every single day, because the next hidden treasure is just moments away. Coin number 4. And this wheat penny proves that some of the most exciting discoveries aren't always the oldest ones. The 1953 with D wheat penny has become a favorite among many Lincoln cent enthusiasts because certain examples display characteristics that encourage collectors to stop, examine, and investigate much more closely. A coin that might appear ordinary in a handful of old pennies can sometimes become the one that sparks the greatest excitement. The 1953 with D wheat penny was struck at the Denver Mint, identified by the small D mint mark beneath the date. By the early 1950s, wheat pennies were still circulating throughout the United States, passing through grocery stores, gas stations, family businesses, and banks every single day. Minted from a bronze alloy consisting primarily of copper with small amounts of tin and zinc, these coins were built for everyday use. Decades later, they remain one of the most collected American coin series because they connect modern collectors with an important chapter of U.S. history. This particular example immediately captures attention because of the distinctive details you've described. The black dots on the reverse side create an appearance that makes collectors want to inspect the coin more carefully, while the classic wheat ears continue to showcase the timeless design that has made these cents so beloved. Every original mark, every natural surface, and every sign of age reminds collectors that this coin has completed an extraordinary journey through generations of American circulation. Although this example is in circulated condition, that does not erase its historical appeal. Many dedicated collectors actively search for circulated wheat pennies that still retain attractive originality and distinctive features. A coin that has honestly circulated for decades tells a story that cannot be recreated. It reflects years of everyday commerce, changing hands countless times before finally finding its way into a collection where its history can be appreciated. The 1953 with D wheat penny continues to receive attention because Lincoln wheat cents remain one of the strongest collector series in the United States. Every year, more original examples disappear into permanent collections, making attractive coins increasingly challenging to locate. Collectors especially enjoy examining pieces with unusual surface characteristics because they often inspire closer study and conversation within the hobby. According to the value you provided, this 1953 with D wheat penny in circulated condition has a claimed current market value of approximately $188. 600th, this figure should be considered an estimated collector value rather than a guaranteed selling price, since actual prices depend on authentication, the coin's exact condition, eye appeal, and market demand at the time of sale. If you discover a 1953 with D wheat penny that resembles this description, preserve it exactly as you found it. Avoid cleaning, polishing, or altering the surfaces in any way. Store it safely, handle it only by the edges, and consider having it professionally authenticated if you believe it has unusual characteristics. Sometimes the smallest details become the most interesting part of a collector's search. And don't relax just yet, because the countdown is becoming even more exciting. The next wheat penny on today's list carries another fascinating story and collector appeal that could surprise even experienced coin enthusiasts. Keep watching Hidden Coin Millions, where we bring you freshly updated rare coin discoveries every single day and continue uncovering the hidden history behind America's most collectible coins. Coin number 5. The 1918 with D wheat penny, and for many collectors, seeing that small D mint mark beneath the date is enough to spark immediate curiosity. Coins from this era have witnessed generations of American history, and every surviving example carries a story that can never be recreated. The 1918 with D wheat penny was produced at the Denver Mint during the final year of World War I. At that time, millions of Lincoln wheat cents entered circulation and became part of everyday life across the United States. People used them to buy groceries, pay for transportation, and conduct ordinary business, never imagining that some of these humble copper coins would one day become sought-after collectibles. Minted from a bronze alloy composed primarily of copper with small amounts of tin and zinc, the 1918 with D remains an important piece of the classic Lincoln wheat cent series that continues to fascinate collectors today. What makes this particular example especially interesting is the combination of features you've described. The gray layer on the reverse side creates a distinctive appearance that immediately invites closer examination, while the naturally aged brown spots give the coin additional character developed over decades of existence. Rather than looking identical to countless ordinary wheat pennies, this example displays an appearance that encourages collectors to study every detail carefully. Original surfaces and unique visual characteristics often become part of what makes a historic coin memorable within a collection. Although this example shows circulation, that only adds to its remarkable journey through history. Every mark on the surface represents years of real use, making the coin a tangible connection to the America of more than 100 years ago. Many experienced collectors appreciate circulated wheat pennies because they tell an authentic story, preserving the evidence of a lifetime spent passing from one generation to another before finally becoming a collectible treasure. The 1918 with D wheat penny has long remained an important date for enthusiasts building Lincoln cent collections. As more original examples are placed into long-term collections, attractive surviving coins continue to receive steady attention from collectors who appreciate their history, originality, and connection to one of the most iconic American coin series ever produced. According to the value you provided, this 1918 with D wheat penny with the described gray reverse layer and brown spots has a claimed current market value of approximately $260 hundredth. This figure should be treated as an estimated collector value rather than a guaranteed selling price, since actual values depend on professional authentication, the coin's precise condition, originality, and market demand at the time of sale. If you ever discover a 1918 with D wheat penny in an old coin collection or tucked away in a forgotten container, avoid cleaning or polishing it. Preserving the original surfaces is one of the best ways to maintain its collectible appeal. Handle the coin only by the edges, store it in a protective holder, and consider professional authentication if you believe it has notable characteristics. And the excitement is far from over. We've only reached the middle of today's countdown, and the next wheat pennies waiting ahead feature even more remarkable stories, collector interest, and fascinating details. Stay with Hidden Coin Millions for freshly updated rare coin discoveries every single day, because the next hidden treasure on our list may be the one that surprises you the most. Coin number 6. The 1920 wheat penny with no mint mark, a century-old Lincoln cent that continues to attract attention from collectors who appreciate historic American coinage. At first glance, it may appear to be just another old penny, but experienced collectors know that coins from the early 1920s often deserve a much closer inspection before anyone dismisses them. The 1920 wheat penny was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which means it carries no mint mark beneath the date. By this time, the Lincoln wheat cent had already become one of the most familiar coins in the United States, circulating through cities, small towns, farms, and businesses across the country. Made from a bronze alloy composed primarily of copper, with small amounts of tin and zinc, these coins were built for everyday commerce. More than 100 years later, surviving examples continue to connect collectors with an important period in American history, making them an enduring favorite in the numismatic community. This particular example stands out because of the distinctive appearance you've described. The coin displays a rich brown layer that gives it the warm, naturally aged look many collectors enjoy seeing on original wheat pennies. On the reverse side, the noticeable black dot immediately draws attention, encouraging a closer examination of the coin's surfaces and details. Combined with its historic age, these characteristics give the coin a personality that sets it apart from countless ordinary wheat cents found in circulation decades ago. Its almost fine condition tells the story of a coin that faithfully served in everyday commerce while still preserving many recognizable design elements. Lincoln's portrait remains identifiable, and the classic wheat ears on the reverse continue to reflect the craftsmanship of one of America's most iconic coin designs. Many collectors appreciate coins at this level because they represent authentic history rather than artificially preserved perfection. Every mark on the surface is part of a journey that has lasted for more than a century. The 1920 wheat penny remains an important addition to many Lincoln cent collections because original early date examples become increasingly difficult to locate as time passes. Collectors continue searching for coins with honest originality, attractive natural color, and distinctive surface characteristics. Discovering a century-old wheat penny that still displays strong historical character is always an exciting experience for enthusiasts who enjoy preserving pieces of America's past. According to the value you provided, this 1920 no-mint mark wheat penny in almost fine condition has a claimed current market value of approximately $335. 800th. This figure should be viewed as an estimated collector value rather than a guaranteed selling price, since actual prices depend on professional authentication, eye appeal, the exact condition of the coin, and collector demand at the time of sale. If you ever find a 1920 wheat penny tucked away in an old coin collection, don't clean or polish it in an attempt to improve its appearance. Original surfaces are generally preferred by collectors, and preserving the coin in its natural state helps maintain its collectible appeal. Store it safely, handle it only by the edges, and consider professional authentication if you believe it has notable characteristics. And don't leave now, because the most exciting part of today's countdown is still ahead. The remaining wheat pennies feature even more remarkable stories and collector appeal, and the top coins on our list are waiting to reveal why they continue to fascinate collectors across the United States. Stay with Hidden Coin Millions for freshly updated rare coin discoveries every single day, because your next hidden treasure could be closer than you ever imagined. Coin number 7, the 1939 wheat penny with no mint mark, a historic Lincoln cent that has continued to capture the interest of collectors who appreciate originality, history, and the thrill of discovering overlooked treasures. To most people, it might seem like just another old penny, but experienced collectors know that coins from the late 1930s deserve careful attention because every surviving example carries a remarkable story from America's past. The 1939 wheat penny was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which is why it carries no mint mark. Produced just before the United States entered World War II, this coin circulated during a fascinating period in American history. Families, businesses, and workers used wheat pennies every day, never imagining that decades later, these same coins would become prized collectibles. Like other Lincoln wheat cents of the era, it was struck from a bronze alloy made primarily of copper with small amounts of tin and zinc, a composition that has allowed many examples to survive for generations. What makes this particular coin especially interesting is the unique appearance you've described. The rich, dark brown layer gives the coin an attractive vintage look that reflects decades of natural aging, while the black dot adds a distinctive feature that immediately encourages collectors to inspect the reverse side more carefully. Many enthusiasts enjoy examining coins with original surfaces and unusual characteristics because these details give every coin its own identity. Rather than appearing freshly altered, this wheat penny displays the authentic personality that only time can create. Its circulated condition tells a remarkable story of survival. This coin spent years moving through everyday American life, changing hands countless times before eventually finding its way into the world of collectors. Many numismatists appreciate circulated examples because they represent genuine history that has been preserved rather than hidden away. Every mark on the surface is part of a journey that stretches back more than 8 decades, making the coin feel like a small but meaningful piece of American heritage. The 1939 wheat penny continues to attract steady collector interest because it belongs to one of the most recognizable and widely collected coin series in the United States. As more original examples disappear into long-term collections, attractive coins with natural color and eye-catching characteristics become increasingly desirable. For many collectors, finding an early wheat penny that still displays authentic originality is one of the most rewarding experiences in the hobby. According to the value you provided, this 1939 no mint mark wheat penny in circulated condition has a claimed current market value of approximately $290. This figure should be treated as an estimated collector value rather than a guaranteed selling price, since actual prices depend on professional authentication, originality, eye appeal, the exact condition of the coin, and collector demand at the time of sale. If you ever discover a 1939 wheat penny in an old family collection or among forgotten coins, leave it exactly as you found it. Cleaning or polishing can permanently change the coin's surfaces and reduce its collectible appeal. Instead, store it in a protective holder, handle it carefully by the edges, and consider professional authentication if it appears to have unusual characteristics or exceptional preservation. And don't stop watching now, because the biggest surprises are still waiting ahead. The final 3 wheat pennies on today's countdown feature even more fascinating histories and collector appeal, making the race toward the #1 coin more exciting than ever. Stay with Hidden Coin Millions, where we bring you freshly updated rare coin discoveries every single day and continue uncovering the hidden stories behind America's most collectible coins. Coin number 8, the 1944 wheat penny with no mint mark, a Lincoln cent that has earned lasting attention among collectors because it comes from one of the most memorable years in the wheat penny series. At first glance, it may look like an ordinary old copper cent, but seasoned collectors understand that coins from this era often deserve a careful examination before being overlooked. The 1944 wheat penny was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which means it carries no mint mark beneath the date. Produced during the final stages of World War II, this coin represents an important chapter in American history. After the temporary steel cents of 1943, the U.S. Mint returned to its traditional bronze composition in 1944, using a copper-based alloy with small amounts of tin and zinc. These coins circulated throughout the nation during a time of tremendous change, and every surviving example serves as a reminder of that remarkable period. This particular example becomes even more interesting because of the distinctive characteristics you've described. The brown dots on the reverse side give the coin an individual appearance that encourages collectors to examine it more closely. Together with its naturally aged surfaces, these features create the kind of originality that many enthusiasts enjoy finding in historic wheat pennies. Rather than appearing overly altered, the coin reflects decades of genuine aging, adding personality that cannot be duplicated. Its fine condition makes this wheat penny especially enjoyable to study. Important details in Lincoln's portrait remain visible, while the famous wheat ears on the reverse continue to display much of their original design. Collectors often appreciate coins in fine condition because they combine authentic circulation history with strong visual detail. This balance allows the coin to tell its story while still preserving the classic beauty of the Lincoln wheat cent design. The 1944 wheat penny remains one of the most recognized dates in the Lincoln cent series, and interest in attractive original examples continues among collectors who value historical significance and eye appeal. As additional coins find permanent homes in private collections, examples with pleasing natural surfaces and distinctive characteristics continue to generate curiosity and discussion within the hobby. According to the value you provided, this 1944 no-mint mark wheat penny in fine condition has a claimed current market value of approximately $269. 500th, this figure should be viewed as an estimated collector value rather than a guaranteed selling price, because actual prices depend on authentication, the coin's exact condition, originality, eye appeal, and collector demand at the time of sale. If you ever come across a 1944 wheat penny that resembles this description, avoid cleaning or polishing it. Original surfaces are generally preferred by collectors, and preserving the coin in the condition in which it was found helps maintain its collectible appeal. Store it safely in a protective holder, handle it only by the edges, and consider professional authentication if you believe it has noteworthy characteristics. And don't miss the final 2 coins on today's countdown. The excitement is about to reach its peak as we reveal 2 more historic wheat pennies that continue to fascinate collectors across the United States. Keep watching Hidden Coin Millions, where we bring you freshly updated rare coin discoveries every single day, and the biggest surprise of today's video is still waiting just ahead. Coin number 9. And now, the countdown is entering its most thrilling stage. Only 1 coin will remain after this, but before we reveal the grand finale, let's take a closer look at a wheat penny that has fascinated collectors for generations. The 1910 wheat penny with no mint mark. More than a century old, this coin has survived through changing times, world events, and countless hands, making every original example a remarkable survivor of American history. The 1910 wheat penny was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which is why it carries no mint mark beneath the date. As one of the earliest years in the famous Lincoln wheat cent series, it represents the beginning of a design that would become one of the most recognized coins in American history. Minted from a bronze alloy made primarily of copper with small amounts of tin and zinc. These cents circulated throughout the United States during an era of rapid growth and change. Today, finding an authentic early-date wheat penny still displaying its original character is an exciting moment for collectors. This particular example immediately attracts attention because of its distinctive appearance. The naturally aged brown layer across the coin gives it the warm, vintage look that many enthusiasts appreciate, while the scattered brown dots add to its unique personality. Rather than appearing freshly altered, the surfaces tell the story of a coin that has experienced decades of real circulation before eventually becoming a collectible piece of history. Every mark and every shade of color reminds collectors that this wheat penny has completed an extraordinary journey spanning more than 100 years. Its almost fine condition adds even more appeal. Although the coin clearly shows signs of circulation, important elements of Abraham Lincoln's portrait remain visible, and the iconic wheat ears on the reverse continue to display recognizable detail. Many collectors enjoy coins in this grade because they preserve authentic historical character while still allowing the classic design to be appreciated. These surviving details make the coin an enjoyable addition to a Lincoln cent collection focused on early dates. The 1910 wheat penny continues to receive strong interest from collectors because early issues in the Lincoln wheat cent series remain popular year after year. As more original examples find permanent homes in private collections, naturally preserved coins with attractive surfaces become increasingly sought after. Collectors are always searching for examples that combine historical significance with genuine originality, and that continuing interest helps keep early wheat pennies firmly in the spotlight. According to the value you provided, this 1910 no mint mark wheat penny in almost fine condition has a claimed current market value of approximately $383. This figure should be treated as an estimated collector value rather than a guaranteed selling price, since actual values depend on professional authentication, originality, eye appeal, the exact grade, and collector demand at the time of sale. If you ever discover an early wheat penny like this in an old coin album, inherited collection, or forgotten jar of cents, avoid cleaning or polishing it. Original surfaces are generally preferred by collectors. Store the coin in a protective holder, handle it only by the edges, and consider having it authenticated by a reputable grading service to better understand its collectible significance. And now, the moment you've been waiting for is almost here. Only one wheat penny remains on today's countdown, and it's the coin we've been building toward from the very beginning. You won't want to miss the final reveal, because the number one spot belongs to a wheat penny that has earned an unforgettable reputation among collectors. Stay with Hidden Coin Millions for freshly updated rare coin discoveries every single day, because the biggest surprise of today's video is coming up next. Coin number 10. We've finally reached coin number 10, the grand finale of today's countdown. If you've stayed with me this far, congratulations, because this final wheat penny is a perfect reminder that some of the most fascinating collectibles don't always announce themselves with a flashy appearance. Sometimes, a quiet-looking coin sitting unnoticed in an old collection or forgotten coin jar can become the discovery that every collector dreams about. The last coin on our list is the 1955 wheat penny with no mint mark, a classic Lincoln cent that continues to attract attention from collectors because of its history, preservation, and enduring popularity. The 1955 no mint mark wheat penny was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, identified by the absence of a mint mark beneath the date. It belongs to the closing years of the famous Lincoln wheat cent series, making it one of the final generations of the iconic wheat ear design before the reverse changed in 1959. Like other wheat pennies of the period, it was produced from a bronze alloy made primarily of copper with small amounts of tin and zinc. Millions of these coins entered circulation across the United States, passing through stores, banks, family businesses, and everyday transactions. Decades later, surviving examples remain among the most recognized and collected coins in American numismatics. What makes this particular example especially appealing is the combination of characteristics you've described. The rich, dark brown layer gives the coin an attractive, naturally aged appearance that many collectors appreciate because it reflects originality rather than artificial alteration. Combined with its beautiful overall look, the coin immediately stands out as an eye-catching example of a classic wheat penny. Original color and pleasing eye appeal often play an important role when collectors evaluate historic coins, and examples that have retained an attractive appearance continue to generate strong interest. The most exciting feature of this coin is its uncirculated condition. Unlike coins that spent years in everyday commerce, an uncirculated example has avoided normal circulation wear, allowing much of the original design detail to remain sharply preserved. Lincoln's portrait displays crisp features, while the famous wheat ears on the reverse continue to showcase the craftsmanship that made this design one of the most beloved in United States history. Collectors often enjoy finding uncirculated wheat pennies because they offer a glimpse of how these coins appeared when they first left the mint many decades ago. The 1955 wheat penny remains one of the most talked-about dates in the Lincoln Wheat Cent series. Although different varieties from this year receive different levels of collector attention, attractive original examples continue to be sought by enthusiasts building complete wheat penny collections. As time passes and more well-preserved coins are secured in long-term collections, naturally, preserved examples continue to attract curiosity from collectors who value history, originality, and classic American coinage. According to the value you provided, this 1955 no mint mark wheat penny in uncirculated condition has a claimed current market value of approximately $178 hundredth. This figure should be treated as an estimated collector value rather than a guaranteed selling price, since actual values depend on professional authentication, the exact variety, originality, eye appeal, grade, and collector demand at the time of sale. If you ever discover a 1955 wheat penny that appears to be in exceptional condition, resist the temptation to clean or polish it. Original mint surfaces are generally preferred by collectors and can be an important factor in preserving collectible appeal. Handle the coin carefully by the edges, store it in a protective holder, and consider having it authenticated and graded by a respected third-party grading service before making any decisions. That brings us to the end of today's countdown of 10 ultra-rare and most valuable wheat pennies. Every one of these coins carries a unique story, a connection to American history, and the excitement that makes coin collecting such a rewarding hobby. Whether your next discovery comes from an inherited collection, an old coin album, or a forgotten jar of pennies, always take a closer look. You never know what fascinating piece of history you might uncover. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another rare coin discovery. Welcome to Hidden Coin Millions, where we bring you freshly updated rare coin videos every single day, exploring the history, mysteries, and collector appeal behind America's most fascinating coins. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next hidden treasure adventure.